It's Week 17 of the National Football League, and all eyes are on the dual threat Lamar Jackson. He's going to have to air it out plenty this week. We're just moments away from the action, and it's coming up next on Madden Football.
Thank you to Trey Mosley for the introduction. We are indeed excited to welcome you to another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. And a very Merry Christmas to you and yours on this special day. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson. Greg, Merry Christmas, man.
Merry Christmas to you, buddy. And I know both of us kind of feel the same way. If you're not going to be home with your family, celebrating with the ones you love, this is a pretty good second place. I think when you find out you're going to be not only calling or playing the only game in town, national holiday, everyone's home with their families watching you, in our case, listening to us, it's a pretty special honor, and I'm happy to be here alongside you, partner.
We hope you've had a great and Merry Christmas. Time to add one more gift under the tree. Off we go here on EA Sports. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The Texans come out with the Rookie of the Year from last year in the NFL. C.J. Stroud, he was the #2 overall pick out of Ohio State. Greg, a talented quarterback here.
They find themselves coming off a win last week that came right down to the end, and the best teams in the NFL, Mike, they can win close games, and they can win different style games. You're not going to blow people out consistently in the NFL. The league is just too good and has too much parity. But the teams that are the best in one-score games, they're often the ones finding themselves in the best position come playoff time.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Throwing from the pistol, Stroud. A short throw pulled in by Schultz. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down. From the gun, here's Stroud. He fumbled the football. The defense has it. Well, the ball comes out, and the scramble for it, it ends up becoming a turnover, and the offense walks off the field disappointed with that fumble.
Mike, when you look at a stat sheet at the end of the game and you want to determine which team wins and which team loses, at the top of the list is ball security. Which team does a better job protecting it, and which team does a better job taking it away.
So the visitors ready to go on offense here for the first time, led by their quarterback, league MVP in 2019 and 2023, Lamar Jackson.
And while I don't think that stat line last week had him up for any sort of awards, if I had to guess, he'd much rather have a modest game and a win as opposed to throwing for a bunch of touchdowns in a loss. The biggest thing that he did, Mike, he took care of the ball. So as long as he continues to do that, they're going to have a chance to keep on winning.
Jackson going to keep this one himself. And a good job defensively to rally to the ball. They hold him to a short game.
They went to the design quarterback run, and there just wasn't a lot of space for the quarterback to operate. You can see him kind of waiting for some of the blocks to develop. Never transpired. Didn't get a whole lot going short game.
And he's going to go into the end zone on an electrifying run. Lamar Jackson for the score. That one is going to hurt the defense. He's looking to throw, can't find anyone, takes off, and Greggy takes it the distance for an exciting touchdown run.
And these are the plays, Mike, that just drive defensive coordinators crazy. You have all of his targets covered up, nowhere to go with the ball, and next thing you know, he gets out of the pocket, takes it all the way with his legs. He's just as dangerous with those feet as he is with his arm.
Tucker, good on the extra point. And the visitors will take a 7-0 lead. Out there is Tucker, and he'll kick this one away after the touchdown was scored. This returnable from the 4. And he will get back to only about his 20-yard line. That's where the drive will start. The Texans offense and running back Joe Mixon heading out onto the field. And with just 2 weeks left in the regular season, you can see he leads the league in rushing touchdowns. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. Stroud. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up 2nd down. From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. That's complete. It's Tank Dell. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
You can see the eyes of the quarterback. He's trying to push this ball initially downfield, but with the defense doing a good job keeping a lid on the coverage, he's forced to check this ball down to the shallow right.
The pressure gets home. He's lost the football. But a fortunate bounce. He got it right back. 1 quarter in the books. 7-0 is our score. And more from Houston coming up in a moment. So 4th down, and it's the former Chief, Tommy Townsend, to punt for Houston, as he'll have to hit it from his own end zone. Wallace now on the return. And it's a very nice return. He has given the offense a short field. Here's 1st and 10. Lamar going to work from the pistol. Now he'll run.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. A little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good game.
A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. He'll run again. And he's all the way down to the 15-yard line.
The challenge of defending a dual-threat quarterback in the NFL, Mike, is that you just don't see them week in and week out, maybe like you do in college. So in this case, you defend everything perfectly downfield, but it's hard to account for a quarterback who can run. He escapes the pressure, tucks it down himself, and he picks up a big gain.
Now this offense going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. In the pistol, Jackson ready. He's going to run it, and he's in. Lamar Jackson has a touchdown. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. And that is now a pair of rushing touchdowns. The quarterback giving it to them, Greg, with his legs in this one.
And we're starting to see, Mike, why this week this coaching staff told us they're encouraging this guy to do this more often. His ability to be a passer, but also a rusher, is an element to this offense that is hard for defenses to account for.
Tucker's extra point up and good. And the visitors move out on top, 14-0. Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. Now, on the return, he has lost the football. Special teams has come up with the recovery. Boy, some bulk in the formation on that right side here for 1st and 10. Off he goes. And he will score again. Lamar Jackson for the touchdown. So with that touchdown, his 3rd on the ground in this half, he's well on his way to potentially tying the mark for rushing touchdowns by a quarterback in one game. The current record is 4. He has 3. Tucker for the point after. The kick is good. And the visitors will stake themselves to a 21-0 lead. They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. Here's Steven Sims to return it. And he'll manage to get this back only to about the 20-yard line. The Texans offense going to get it one last time here late in the opening half. They find themselves down 3 touchdowns here, needing to flip the script in a hurry. And they'll start on first down. And they'll mark them down up beyond the 30. Line of scrimmage is the 31 as they line up 1st and 10. Stroud to throw. Taking off. Here's a timeout, Houston. That's their second. So a pair of first downs moves them out to the 47-yard line. And it's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Stroud. He airs this one out looking for Mechie. That's going to be incomplete. They took a shot on the final play. Prayer not answered. And that is how this first half will come to an end.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. And welcome in, everyone. This is the EA Sports Halftime Report. So let's get you caught up on what's going on around the National Football League. We'll begin out in the windy city of Chicago. And that one is still scoreless as they play in the second quarter. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. We saw a terrific first half from the dual-threat quarterback Lamar Jackson. And he did it with his legs, accounting for 3 first-half touchdowns on the ground. Sensational. This was an extremely one-sided first half. One team showed up, ready to go. The other's been in a daze thus far, but there's still plenty of time left for this one to tighten up significantly. Both these teams running through their final adjustments. It's time for the second half. And for the call, let's get it back out to Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
All right, Coach, second half, drawing near. Glad to have you back with us here on EA Sports. Very one-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The third quarter is underway. Whoa! Nice job on the return. He's down close to the 35-yard line. The visitors' offense. And Lamar Jackson getting set to take over once more. And he's been a nightmare for defenses trying to contain him all year. The NFL's leader in rushing yards at the quarterback position. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Jackson out of the pistol. He keeps it himself. And he's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line.
And this has been a familiar sight all day today for this defense. They have no answer for this quarterback as a runner. That last scramble puts him over 100 yards for the day.
Pistol formation with Jackson. To the tight end, Likely. And he'll try to use that size and push forward, but it will not work. They're going to get him down behind the line. Jackson now on 2nd down. Jimmy Ward with the good coverage that time gets a hand in there. Sending it downfield for Likely. And he will score. Isaiah Likely. Touchdown. That his first touchdown this year.
This is kind of the feast or famine anytime a defensive coordinator dials up a man pressure. And when you don't get home, it just puts so much stress on your secondary, Mike. They feel like they're out there defending their man for an eternity. And quarterback had his opportunity to find his matchup, good protection up front, and they just couldn't hold up in coverage long enough, and they give up a big touchdown.
Texans nothing. Justin Tucker set to kick off.
Out there is Tucker, and he'll kick this one away after the touchdown was scored. This will be returned from the 6. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. Texans offense ready for their first possession of this second half. They are in need of points in a big way as they set out on 1st and 10. Oh, he coughs up the football. The defense has got it. And he is going to bring this one back. They force the fumble, and it leads to a defensive score. And they will score again. This time it's the defense. And, Greg, this just adds to what has been a one-sided affair from the start.
Yeah, and on a day where it just seems like nothing has gone their way, this fumble return for a touchdown kind of just adds injury to insult. There's days, Mike, where you just don't have your best and the other team has the upper hand, and I think it's pretty clear today is one of those days.
Now return coming from the 7. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Texans offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. And look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back and in some of these coverage units when you know that ball's got to come out fast. And right now, they're teeing off and taking advantage of it.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 33-yard line.
We're off to the 4th quarter here on Christmas Day. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On 2nd down, Stroud. Oh, he's hit behind the line, and the ball is out. And this is taken in by the defense. And there it is. The defense comes up with the big play, forcing the fumble as they get their offense right back on the field. Coming up, Greg, with a big turnover.
Taking the ball away, Mike, has really become an art form in the NFL. Some teams are good at it. Some teams not so much, but in this case, great job by the defense taking that one away.
The visitors' offense ready for this next possession. They are looking at a 3rd straight win here if they can hold on, as they're going to start this drive 1st and 10. In the shotgun, here's Jackson. There's a short one caught by Andrews.
When you put plays like this on tape, it sends a message to every defender across the league. When you play this offense and this guy has the ball, you better bring it when you come to contact him, because if not, you're going to be on the wrong end of it.
Right back to Andrews. He's got another one. And he'll be taken down.
Sudden change. So you find yourself defensively a little bit on your heels. Your offense just turned the ball over. Now you've got to go out and make a stand. Well, so far this offense has moved the ball pretty quickly, but can they dig in and at least force a field goal?
From the 2 now, here's 2nd and goal. Again, it's Jackson. And this is going to be a touchdown. They are going to extend the lead here in the final minute of play. Greg, in the end zone again, I'm running out of different ways to say touchdown. They're doing it so often here today.
Mike, some offensive play callers, once they get the lead, it's just milk the clock and let's get out with a win. But not this coach. He is trying to score every single time they possess the ball.
Jackson and the offense trying to get 2 more here. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. This is caught. He's got it. And they tack 2 more onto their lead.
I know it sounds like I'm being biased, Mike, but I'm really not. Down here this close to the end zone, especially on 2-point tries, the size, the length, the athleticism, and matchups these tight ends can create, man, they are a tough handle, and it leads to 2 points.
Justin Tucker set to kick off.
So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. On the return, here's Sims. He's across the 20 to the 21. That's where the drive will begin. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Now Stroud. That'll be incomplete. And now we are down to likely just 1 more play. They'll try again here, 2nd and 10. Here we go. 1 final play. He airs this one out looking for Mechie. And the final throw of the game winds up incomplete, and that will do it. This one comes to an end. So it's a win for our visitors. And it will be a very Merry Christmas indeed as they get the victory on this December night. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. So long, everybody.